Good evening. Welcome to Digital Ministry Success. Today we are talking about how to publish your ebook. In the past, we've gone over how to write your first ebook, but now we're going to talk about what to do after you've gotten the book written. What do you do with it? How do you sell it? How do you market it? How do you get it out there? Today we're going to discuss that, and we're going to talk about publishing your book to Kindle Direct.com. That's KDP.com. And so I'm going to open up our browser and we're going to take a look at Kindle Direct Publishing. And here it is. You should be able to see this now. KindleDirectPublishing.com. And so what you're looking at right now is the website which will take you to Kindle Direct. We're going to take a look at the content and look at it side by side. Here's the content. And so what you will get when you go to Kindle Direct Publishing, I am logged in. This is the dashboard once you sign in and register. And if you have a current Amazon account, you can use your same login to log into Kindle Direct Publishing or KDP.com. As you can see, I have several books that I have already written. It will give you the dashboard. Here are some of my books: Make My Life More Fulfilling, Discover Your Life Purpose, The Preacher's Sermon Journal, Breakthrough to Accomplishing Your Goals, Planner, Greene's Dictionary of Theological Terms, and it goes on and on. And every book that you write, that you create, will be placed here. There are a few pages here of books that I've written, and it will give you access to them, whereby there's a few things that you can do here. Once you've written a book, this is where you would go to actually purchase author copies. If you want to purchase copies for yourself and then sell them personally, this is where you would go. But this is also where you would go to create a book. So what you will do is you will click on Create New Title or Series, and then it will ask you a series of questions. What would you like to create? Do you want to create an ebook? Do you want to create a paperback? Do you want to create a hardcover? Or are you going to do a series or a collection of books? For today's purposes, we're just going to click on Create a Paperback. Once we do that, we're giving 3 tabs at the top: paperback details, paperback content, and paperback rights and pricing. It's going to ask us, what is our language? English is obviously our language here, and it's going to ask you for a book title. Here it can be, you're going to type in the title of your book, and I did have a book that I wanted to do, and I can't recall what it is. Let's see if we can find it. No, we can't. So we're gonna use our book, The Christian Wealth Conference Guide. For those of you who have been to the conference, you know that I publish a small guidebook that is going to give information and give contact notes and help of how to get in touch with Apostle Marvin Cratch and Dr. Gavin Taylor. So we're going to use that as our title: Christian Wealth Conference Guide. So that's the title of our book. We don't have a subtitle. If you did, you type it in right there. We're not doing this as a series. If you were doing this as a part 1, part 2, part 3, you would put it there and you put in the edition numbers. The author, prefix. This is where you would put in the author. Type in your name here. One thing I want to note that once you start publishing books, it is important that you use the exact same name. Otherwise, you're not going to have them all gathered in one place. Later on, when you create an author page, let's say, which Amazon gives you, where you can show all of your books there on the author page and talk a little bit about yourself, it will pull in those under the same name. So to make it simple for yourself down the road, use the same name. I've used Pastor Rick Greene, Dr. Rick Greene, Rick Greene, and I found that is not what I should have done. Be consistent in your titles and your naming of who you're going to have as the author. So here I'm using Dr. Rick Greene. If you have contributors, they would go here. If you have other authors, you want to give credit to the editor, someone who gives a foreword, the illustrator, an introduction, a narrator, photographers. Here you can give them credit here. Here you would give a description. And we'll just put in, this book is a guide to the Christian Wealth Conference. For ENCE. Okay. That's enough of a description, but this is where you talk about the book, and it's important. What you want to give is you want to add what in publishing terms is called the hook, a story, and an author. Keep that in mind. We're going to talk about that in the future. What is your hook? The hook is something whereby they're going to get caught. It's a phrase that's intriguing, that's catchy, that's going to cause people to want to know more. Your story is going to talk about it, but it's actually going to enhance the value of whatever product it is that you're going to sell. And then, of course, the offer is the actual price. So, the Guide to Christian Wealth, to the Christian Wealth Conference, is the description. I'm not using a hook here, but I want you to understand what it is. An example of a hook could be would you like to know how to make a six-figure income doing what you love? There's a hook that catches you, right? Absolutely. Yeah, I'd like to know how I can make a six-figure income doing something that I love to do, because it doesn't sound like work. So that causes people to want more and have an interest in finding out what is this all about. That's an example of a hook. So we go forward. Publishing rights. I own the copyright and hold the necessary publishing rights. Yes, I do. Who's your primary audience? Is it sexually explicit? No. Reading age. We don't really have to pick anything here. We can put something in here if we want, or we can leave it blank. Marketplace. Now, generally, if you're in the United States, it's going to be Amazon.com. If you're in another country, then the marketplace would be UK, France, Germany, etc. But we're going to go with our primary marketplace is Amazon.com, which is here in the United States. Choose a category. What type of book is this? This is arts and photography, biographies, business and money, cookbooks. And it gives a list of categories here for you to choose from. This is actually about business, money, Christian wealth. But it also can be about what? Personal finance. It can also be about spirituality. So we're just going to talk about business development and entrepreneurship, online auctions, and then it goes more specific. We'll go with entrepreneurship, and we'll save that category. Here you would put down keywords. Christian businesses. Business. So these are keywords. In other words, keywords are words that people would probably search for. And that's what you want to put there, even though it says keywords, but a keyword is more or less a phrase. It can be one word, but it can also be a phrase. We skip categories. Does your book classify as one of these types? Low content. If you were to do a journal or a planner, it will be a low content book. If it was a large print, and I try to put most things in large print as I'm writing to an older audience, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. So we check off large print. Publication date. The date and release, the publication date and release date are the same. If you had published it previously, then you would check a different date. Release my book for sale now, or you can schedule it for some time in the future if you're like, we're going to release it for sale. And we're going to save and continue. Now, this is a very important thing. And we can read this right here. You can have KDP assign an ISBN, that stands for International Book. I forget. Number, that's what it is, International Book Number. For your book, or you can add one you've already purchased. The company which you purchased them is called Broker.com. Let's see if I can bring them up. Browker. Broker. ISBN services. And here you can buy an ISBN. Why might you want to buy one as opposed to Amazon giving you one for free? And by the way, the price of it for one book, one format, Good Books and Print, is $125. If you're going to publish multiple books, 10 ISBN numbers is $295. That brings it down to a price of $29. And if you're going to find that you're going to publish lots of books, or if you're thinking about becoming a publisher, you probably want to go with this one here, 100 ISBN numbers for $575. That brings it down to $5.75 a number. And so getting back to what is an ISBN number? An ISBN number is a unique ID retailers, libraries, and distributors use to search and identify your book. Each book and format, eBook versus paperback, have their own ISBN. So every piece of content you produce from the book, let's say you produce an ebook, that's one ISBN. Let's say you do a hardback, that's another ISBN. Let's say you do a paperback, that's another ISBN. So it can be identified one from another. Now, Kindle will give you that number free, but the thing is with the ISBN number, it identifies who the publisher is as well. So if you go with Kindle, it will identify as independently published. If you want to make it known that you are the publisher, then you would purchase the ISBN, and you can fill in the section whereby the publisher is assigned, and it will come up with that name that you've chosen. We're currently helping pastors, ministers, and ministry leaders publish their own books independently. But I am praying through the fact that perhaps the New Jersey Institute of Theology will actually do publishing for other authors. So pray with me. I ask for that, and I'm praying about that to see if that is something where the Lord is going to lead us. Print options. So what is our print option? Our print option is what exactly the book is going to look like. Here we're given some choices. Black and white interior on cream paper, or black and white interior on white paper. In other words, there is no color on the inside of the book. You do have the option of going color on the next part right here. Standard color interior on premium white paper, or premium color interior on white paper. And here they give a distinction here. If you look down here, standard color interior on white paper, more affordable, option suitable for most books with color, not recommended for books with full page color elements, paperweight 50 to 61 pounds, page range from 70 to 600 pages. So you need to write and have your book at least 72 pages. This particular book is not that many pages. It's about 48 pages. So we can go here with a premium color interior. Crisp, vibrant colors for illustrations, graphics, and images. Recommended for books with full color elements. Paperweight 60 pounds. Okay, and this is actually what this book is. My latest book, The Breakthrough to Accomplishing Your Goals, was in fact a 6x9 book, and printed in color with color interior and premium color paper. It has a nice feel to it. It doesn't seem like paper. It has a richer feel to it as opposed to just standard paper. So I would highly recommend it. That is the highest price that Kindle will charge for the printing of your book. Most of my books have been printed black and white on white paper. And we'll get into the pricing and the differences about that. So, as many of you know, what I do is I talk about, let's see if I can pull this up for you. Printing your book and showing it. I do not have that slide up. Okay. So printing your book and bringing up the 8 elements. You need a topic, you need a title, you need teaching chapters. You need to expand your book. You need to tailor your book. You need to transmit your book. And so what happens is here, we have the size that we're going to use. And here you can click here to select the size. You need to tailor your book to the right format that you want to use. 5x8, 5 1/4 by 8 inches, 5 by 5.5 by 8 inches, 6x9, and also 8.5 by 11 is very popular. These are the more standard sizes that we hear. Fine. I try to stick to a 6x9, 5x8, or 8.5 by 11, which is a standard sheet of notebook paper or copy paper. So this particular book was a 6x9 book. And This is a 6x9. Bleeds. Choose bleed if you have images or illustrations extending to the page's edge in your manuscript. Otherwise, choose non-bleed. We'll use this as an example. These pictures do not go off the page or to the edge of the page, so this would be a non-bleed. If your print or your image went all the way off the edge of the page, then you would choose bleed. Paperback cover finish. Choose how you like to laminate your cover. You have a choice of either glossy or matte. I always choose glossy. I think that looks nice and that's a nice sheen on the cover, but you can make it matte if you choose. Then what you need to do is upload your manuscript. You simply click here and you find your file. Let's see if we can find the file now. So far, this isn't hard, is it? Once you've written a book, we're now uploading it to Kindle Direct Publishing. Except when you can't find the book that you've downloaded. So here we are, Christian Wealth Economics. We're going to click on that. We're going to open it. And what's going to happen is it's going to upload it into Kindle Direct Publishing. This may take a few seconds. And you want it to be a PDF file. Save successful. So we've uploaded the manuscript. Next, and this gets a little tricky, we want to upload the cover. There's a couple of ways you can do that. You can find out and analyze how many pages are in the book, because the page count of the book is important, because that's going to determine the cover size. Obviously, if you have a book this thick, the cover needs to be bigger than a book this thick. That's why cover size is important. So Kindle offers you an option to, if you already have PDF cover already made, then you can upload it there. Or you can use their cover creator, which will walk you through creating a cover. Now, here's the interesting thing about this. Let's see if I can duplicate this and find KDP cover specs. See if that gives us what we need. Okay. Cover image guidelines for Kindle Direct Publishing. Let's click on that, see what it takes us to. So it will give us, and I'm looking for a chart, a calculator. Maybe I should have typed in cover calculator. Cover calculator. KDP. Here. Okay. So here we are, the cover calculator. So it's going to ask us to select the type. It's paperback. Interior, we're going to go with premium color. Paper type, we're going to go with white. Why? Because these things make a difference, because they determine the thickness of the page. And so the different thickness of the page is going to require a different size of the cover. Reading direction, left to right, measurement in units, inches. It's going to ask us what size our book is, and we recall it is a 6x9. It's going to ask us the page count. And so this particular book was 48, 49, 50 pages. So you would go here and put in 50 pages. And what it's going to do is it's going to calculate what the pages should look like, or the size of what the pages should look like. So our cover should be 12.367 by 9.2 for approximately 50-page book. So what are we going to do with this? What we're going to do is we're going to go to Canva. And when we go to Canva, we're going to create. We can use presentation. Remember, we're using 12 point. We're going to resize this presentation to, naturally the internet is working slowly, custom size. We're going to do it in inches. And we're going to do 12.367 by 9.25. That's going to customize our book. And so we go here to resize this design. So there's our book cover. Now what we want to do is make the book cover. And so we can, this is a Christian Wealth Conference, so we can add whatever text or whatever type or whatever we want to add to it. We can simply go here if we need some help or design help. We can say book cover in Canva, and it will give us some ideas for book covers. Let's just pick one. Yeah, this looks nice. It's an idea for book cover. And we'll just move it over here. The thing is, the book cover is going to be half this. So these images may not work. This is a presentation template that I use. So maybe a better way to do this. Is to use an image. So we go to photos. And we'll say, is that. We could pull out the rulers. Book. Here we're making it smaller. And of course, the right side is going to be the cover. Let's go to, let's see if I can pull out the rulers. File, editing, size, download, settings, show rulers and guides. So now we have the rulers here. And you should be able to see this. We'll make that half. So this is what our book cover is looking like. So half of the guide is six, remember 6 by 9. So it's 12.6367. So that's approximately half of it. And so we would divide it in half and make the book cover. And remember, our book title is called The ChristianWealthConference.com. So I have uploaded some photos over here. Let's see if I have something that will be appropriate for the Christian Wealth Conference guidebook. Here's a picture of me speaking at the Christian Wealth Conference. So let's use that. We'll crop it. We'll put a nice background in there. That is not a nice background. Okay. And we'll put some words here by going into text. We can do something like that. Now for the back cover, we can add a photo of the author. If you'd like to have your photograph there. We'll wait for some photos to come up. You can upload your photo here. There's a photo of me speaking. And then we can give it some text. Let's see if I can type this in. The Christian Wealth Conference Guide. Help you to navigate through online business creation, discovering your gifts to unlock your income and financial planning and management. Just to have some text there. Okay, we can make it bigger. We can put that in the back. I know, great picture, right? But there's our cover. We've created a cover. In this area right here, you want to leave room for a barcode, which KDP or Kindle Direct Publishing will give you. And they will automatically place the ISBN number right here, this area right here. It will show you details. So we're going to share. We're going to download this. We're going to download it as a PDF. We want to flatten it and download. I didn't put my name up here, but that's okay. This is giving you an idea. So now that we've downloaded it, we'll save it to our downloads. Let's go back to go back to Kindle. So we could calculated the dimensions. And now we're going to go back to where we will upload the cover. Right here. Okay. So launch cover creator, or we can upload our own cover. So we will simply click here, find the cover we created, and upload it. Successfully upload a cover. Here it asks you a very important question. Yes, my cover has a barcode. If you have a barcode, if you've gotten an ISBN number previously, you want to add that in the area that I talked about before for the barcode. Otherwise, Kindle will place a barcode in that area that we talked about. The other way we could do it is we could use Cover Creator, in which we launch Cover Creator. It's a little involved, but if you take your time, you will learn it, and it could help you. It's kind of basic. It's a three-step process. Choose your design, the style and edit, and then a preview. So if we click on continue from the image gallery from a computer, skip this step. So we're going to go to the image gallery. Let's say we are looking for backgrounds, concept, education, food, beauty. Let's see if there's anything here about finances, education, business. Let's go business. Okay, cities, corporate. It's Christian Wealth Conference, right? So use something for conferences. Here, choose that. That's nice. Use this image. So you see what it does? It automatically creates a cover for you. And it gives you several options to choose from. You can upload your own photo if you like, but let's just use the first one here. It gives you a tutorial, talks about the spine, the red line, all the text will need to remain within this line. Margins, keep that in mind. It's very important because they actually cut the book and you don't want any of your wording to be cut off. The cover edge, remember we talked about bleed, it runs all the way off the edge of the page, and different tools that you have buttons to pre-select, select pre-style color schemes, alter the layout of your cover, and choose pre-match typefaces. So dismiss that. And so there's our cover. It's done for us. That's my name here. It has the title of the book. It has the image here, and we can simply just add text. Click here. And then we will go forth and add more to the book. Click to edit or change image. Click to edit. Here you would do something new with the cover. Here you would go to add your picture from my computer. We go there. There's a photo of me. Boom. There's a photo of me, and there I could type in different words. Greene is founder digital ministry success helping pastors, ministers, street leaders achieve. And we could do something like that. And here we could talk a little bit more about the book. But that gives you an idea of what we're going for here. Here you would be able to choose fonts, choose layout. There are different layouts you can choose to go with. Move it around. Choose colors. You want to change the color scheme, you can do that. I don't usually use this. I create my own covers in Canva. I would recommend you do that. But there is a way to add more text here. I don't recall what it is right now, but let's see. Say preview. So if we previewed it, exit cover, go back and fix it. It will let you know if there are errors or things that need to be done here. But that gives you a rough idea of what the cover creator does and how it will work. So if we exit the cover creator, which is right here, we've uploaded our own cover. Christian Wealth Conference. And by the way, we've gotten a free ISBN, right? So we launched a cover creator. We uploaded our own cover, which is right here. We're almost done. It asks if there's any AI generated content. This particular book, there's none. Okay. It asks for a preview. So here we are. This is your moment of proof. Launch previewer. Upload your content. Have a barcode. It's not allowing me to launch the previewer. So that means I maybe missed a step. Sign ISBN number. Sign. To the top. So now your book has an International Book Standards number. It's official. This is your book. Independently published. If you purchase your own ISBN number and you can assign your name or your publisher's name or a publisher's name there, then it will not come up as independently published. So now we go down to launch previewer. It's probably going to show me some errors because I sort of did this haphazardly. And what you're going to have to do is go back and tweak and make adjustments to the errors. See, there was an error processing your files. Errors were detected while processing your files. See specific errors for more details. Let's see what they are. Please preview. Now, normally what it will do is it will show me the errors. And of course, as we're making this book, this video, it's not showing, okay, error processing the file. Upload your cover file. You need to re-upload it because we went into the cover creator. Save successful. So now we're going to go back to launch a previewer. Preparing your files. What it's doing now is it's merging the interior with the cover together into one file. And that usually takes a few minutes. Bear in mind while this is happening, when you set up your Amazon account, you're to need to set up a bank account so that they know where to send the royalties to. Checking your manuscript for quality issues. Sometimes you will put a photo in your book and the quality is not print worthy, and so you maybe need to use a higher resolution or a different photo. So there was an error in preparing your files. Errors were detected while processing your file. See specific errors for more details. Let's see if it shows them. So it looks like you've uploaded a manuscript. By clicking this, I confirm that the answers are correct. Go there. Maybe I need to check that. Error processing your file. It only, okay. So what I uploaded only had 6 pages. It must have a minimum of 24. So that was a problem with that. So I needed to find something with a minimum of 24 pages. All right. Let's see if my Christian counseling PDF has 24 pages. It may not, by the way, but we'll see. So now you know that your book must have at least 24 pages in order to be published. KDP is processing manuscript and book cover. Usually what happens, okay, so it went through. Next, you'll be taken to this screen. And what it will show you is, the cover's going to come up in a second. It's going to point out what the errors are in your book. And so if we look over here, you chose 6x9 trim size, but your interior file size is only 8.26 by 11.69. Have us try to scale and match your book trim, or you can scale it yourself. Let's see. I've never seen this before. So let's try to have them scale and match it. Notice right here, they put the barcode in. Also here, the text is outside the margins. Learn how to change this. So sometimes if your text is flowing outside this margin here, it's going to be an error and it's not going to be able to publish it. It also tells us this is insufficient gutter, which is this right here. Books with 36 pages require at least a 0.375 for the gutter inside margin and at least 0.25 for the outside margin. Fonts are not properly embedded, so it will give you whatever errors that you need to make adjustments in. But this is basically, see here, how they're outside the margins. I need to go back and fix that. Now, they didn't always try to fix it, but let's click here and let it try to fix the problem. That's a new feature with the Amazon Kindle. Interesting review. Fonts are not properly done. So they've scaled the book. Notice they're within the margins now. Wow, that's a new feature. Fonts are not properly embedded, so we aren't concerned with what the different fonts are. So we can improve this if we like the way it looks. And so it is approved. Again, paperback details, paperback content, now paperback rights and pricing. Let's get to the money. Here's our cost. $2.30. Each one of these books is going to cost us. There's going to be some shipping, so you have to figure around $3 with shipping per book. Depending on the quantity that you buy, it will probably be a little less, but a good rule of thumb is $3, $3 to $4 if it has more pages, if it's a bigger size. As I say, we are debating on whether or not that we're going to start a publishing company. If so, we will make ourselves available to those authors who don't want to do the work, just turn in a manuscript and receive their book back. We will do the cover creation. We will be there, do the adjusting. We will make all the necessary adjustments so that your book will come out print worthy and looking fantastic. What we've determined in order to do that is that as Amazon sells the book, you will receive 25% royalty. And for 6x9, your book cost would be $5 a book. So if you wanted to purchase 50 copies of your book, it would only be $250. And then you can go and sell them for $10, $20, $30 or whatever amount that you feel is appropriate, and you get to keep the profit. So I would ask that you pray with us. We're debating on whether or not we're going to go in that direction or not. But for here, if you were to do all of this yourself and do it with Amazon, you're looking at a book cost of $2.30. And again, as I say, with shipping, it's going to be approximately $3. So we're going to okay. Paperback rights and pricing. We want to send it to all territories. Maybe there's some place that you don't want to publish your book. If you're in another country, perhaps there are restrictions or issues with that, or religious or political ramifications behind it. So you may not want to publish your book, but here we have the freedom in America to publish our book to all territories and give worldwide rights. So how much are we going to sell our book for? Many books are $9.99, $12.99, $14.99. I've had authors sell them for $17.99. You have to be led as to what you want to price it at. But here's the thing I want you to remember. The printing we talked about before is $2.30. And because it's on Amazon, Amazon is going to require 60%. It's a 60-40 split. 60 for them, 40% to you. They're putting it on their platform. You're going to get a page whereby people can go see your books and order your books. And they're going to print on demand, no matter what the quantity is. So here it is at $17.99, deducting $2.30 for printing, and then getting 60% of the royalty. Amazon gets $8.49 plus the $2.30 for printing. They're going to get $10.79. Your royalty would be 40%, which would be $4.90 per book. That's what you make. So you can adjust this pricing accordingly, but bear in mind you want to get as much as you can, but also don't price the book so high that it alienates people and they won't purchase it. And as you look down, you have the right to charge different prices in different countries. UK, I believe this is Germany, I don't think it's Denmark. France, Italy, and different countries. Some places it's not offered, but once you mainly choose what you want the book to be, in America, and you can choose whether it will be in the UK. See, it's not offered in those other places. By clicking to publish, I confirm that I agree with compliance. Here you can go to request a proof, where they will send you a proof copy of the book. They will slow the publication down, but at least you'll get to see it before it goes out. Publish your paperback book. Save successfully. And here, look, we've actually started to publish our book. I'm going to take this down in a minute. But the book will be checked against their guidelines. During this time, you won't be able to make changes to the book. After passing a review, we'll send you an email. Will take up to 72 hours before your book becomes available on Amazon. For low content books, it can take up to 10 business days. Books with scheduled release will be made available on the date you release as specified. But there we are. We've published the book to Kindle. We're going to talk more about this next time, but I hope this is giving you an overview of what it takes to take your book from an ebook to an actual printed copy. And there you will actually go in back into your dashboard. Once it's done, it's still pending now because they're reviewing it and getting it ready. But once it's done, it will look something like this. And you can go right here paperback and order author copies. So you would click right there. And it would ask you, how many copies do you want? Let's say we want 20 copies of our book. And here we would add to cart, and it would send us, we have to choose where we want it from, Amazon.com. And it will send it to our normal Amazon cart. And so we would go there. Here it is. Book that I previously published. I've done quite well with it. It's $2.30. I've got 20 copies. It's going to cost me $46. It's awesome. And you can sell that book for $12.99, $15.99, or $17.99. And now you get to keep the difference in the price. And remember, again, there's going to be some shipping and handling. So you're going to figure around $3 you're safe. So $17.99 costs us $3. You're going to make $15 per book. On 20 books, that's $300 profit in your pocket if you sell a book. I hope this is helpful. We're going to go over this more next time with Digital Ministry Success about publishing your ebook so that you can start to get it out there, so that you can be the known authority in the area that you're talking and teaching about, so that you can go on to build better things, building courses, building online videos, and actually starting to scale it up to really get into some big money that's going to generate a six-figure income from you. I'm Dr. Rick Greene. I will see you next week, and we're going to go over this again until you get it. Be blessed. Take care. Bye-bye.